The power of call to action in fueling social change movements. In an era where digital platforms amplify voices once unheard, call to action strategies have become pivotal tools in driving collective action towards social justice. This article explores how strategically crafted CTAs can mobilize communities, inspire participation, and catalyze real-world impact. A well-designed CTA doesn't merely ask people to do something. It invites them to be part of a movement that challenges systemic inequities and demands accountability from those in power. By leveraging emotional resonance and clear directives, these calls can transform passive observers into active agents of change. Understanding the psychology behind effective calls to action. Human behavior is deeply influenced by psychological triggers that make certain actions feel urgent, necessary, and rewarding. Understanding these mechanisms helps activists craft CTAs that resonate at both cognitive and emotional levels. One key principle is the scarcity effect. The belief that resources are limited creates urgency that compels immediate response. When a protest has only 48 hours before police intervention, participants perceive their opportunity as fleeting. Loss aversion also plays a critical role. People respond more strongly to avoiding loss than gaining rewards. A campaign highlighting potential consequences of inaction often sparks stronger engagement than one focusing solely on positive outcomes. Social proof further strengthens CTAs when individuals see others participating. Seeing thousands join a march online increases perceived legitimacy and reduces personal hesitation to act. Urgency, deadlines create a sense of immediacy that prevents procrastination. Relevance, connecting the cause to personal values makes the action meaningful. Clarity, simple instructions reduce barriers to entry for new advocates. Crafting impactful call to actions for activist campaigns. Effective CTAs must align perfectly with the campaign's goals while remaining accessible to diverse audiences. The language used should balance passion with practicality, ensuring clarity without losing motivational force. Using imperative verbs, join us, stand up. These commands work best when paired with concrete steps for involvement rather than vague encouragement. Variations in tone help maintain engagement across different contexts. While a direct approach might suit emergency situations, a more persuasive style could better serve long-term awareness campaigns. When designing CTAs, consider cultural sensitivity and inclusivity. Language choices should reflect the diversity within activist movements while maintaining message consistency across demographics. Case studies, real-world applications of strong CTAs. The Black Lives Matter movement provides powerful examples of effective CTAs shaping public discourse and policy changes through strategic messaging. Their use of hashtags like #BlackLivesMatter created viral momentum that translated into tangible political shifts. Digital campaigns during climate protests demonstrate another successful model. Platforms like Extinction Rebellion employ CTAs such as Disrupt Business as Usual, which encapsulate their core mission clearly while inviting participation in bold actions. Local community initiatives show how tailored CTAs can drive grassroots efforts. A neighborhood cleanup campaign using "Help Protect Our Home" resonates differently than a global environmental slogan, creating more localized engagement. These case studies highlight how context-specific CTAs connect emotionally while maintaining alignment with broader activist objectives, proving that relevance enhances effectiveness significantly. Strategies for maximizing CTA engagement through storytelling. Narratives humanize abstract causes, making CTAs more relatable and compelling. Sharing individual stories behind larger issues creates emotional connections that motivate deeper commitment from supporters. Storytelling techniques involve showing transformation journeys from victimhood to empowerment to illustrate what's possible through collective action. Personal anecdotes often prove more influential than statistical data alone. Visual storytelling complements textual messages effectively. Infographics illustrating societal progress since past movements reinforce why continued effort matters, enhancing credibility around future goals. Combining factual information with emotive narratives ensures CTAs remain grounded yet inspiring. Data supports arguments while personal experiences foster empathy, crucial for sustained engagement. Leveraging technology for amplified call-to-action effectiveness, digital tools offer unprecedented opportunities to scale activist reach globally. From social media algorithms favoring impactful posts to mobile apps facilitating event coordination, technology transforms traditional methods dramatically. Interactive features like live polls during virtual town halls increase participant investment. Real-time feedback mechanisms allow organizers to adjust strategies based on current sentiment among constituents. Augmented reality experiences provide immersive ways to engage with causes digitally before committing physically. Virtual protests simulate real-life scenarios safely while still conveying urgency effectively. Data analytics enable personalized CTAs tailored specifically to user behaviors observed online. Predictive modeling identifies optimal times and channels for maximum influence without overwhelming audiences. Ethical considerations in crafting calls to action. Maintaining ethical integrity requires careful consideration of how CTAs are framed and delivered. Misrepresentation risks undermining trust, essential for sustaining long-term advocacy efforts. Honesty about limitations, such as funding constraints or logistical realities, is vital for building genuine partnerships between organizations and volunteers alike. Respecting autonomy means allowing space for independent decision-making rather than coercive persuasion tactics that may alienate potential allies. Transparency regarding intended uses of collected data fosters confidence in digital campaigns, encouraging wider participation without compromising privacy concerns. Bridging generational gaps through inclusive CTAs. Activism spans multiple generations, each bringing distinct perspectives shaped by historical context and technological access. Creating inclusive CTAs acknowledges these differences while uniting towards common goals. Younger activists often prioritize digital engagement forms, whereas older generations might prefer face-to-face interactions. Blending approaches caters to varied comfort zones without excluding anyone from contributing meaningfully. Language adaptation remains crucial. Slang favored by youth shouldn't overshadow accessibility needs of less tech-savvy groups seeking straightforward communication styles. Fostering intergenerational dialogue through shared CTAs builds bridges between differing viewpoints, strengthening overall movement cohesion against external opposition forces. Measuring success and adapting CTAs over time. Continuous evaluation allows refinement of CTAs based on actual performance metrics rather than assumptions about what works best theoretically. Tracking conversion rates from initial awareness stages through full participation reveals bottlenecks hindering progression along desired pathways. Analyzing demographic breakdowns of engaged users informs whether current messaging appeals broadly enough or needs adjustment for underrepresented segments. Feedback loops involving direct input from participants ensure evolving strategies stay aligned with community needs rather than top-down expectations alone. Conclusion: this exploration underscores that effective calls to action are not mere requests but invitations to co-create transformative change together. They require understanding human motivations, adapting creatively to modern contexts, and maintaining unwavering ethical standards throughout every stage. By integrating psychological insight with innovative technologies and respecting diverse perspectives, we empower ourselves and others to build a fairer world actively rather than passively waiting for circumstances to shift naturally over time.